Our lesson today is about lifestyles. Number 3, grammar. Today, inshallah, we're going to study the simple present tense. The simple present tense. What's simple present mean? Yeah, we know it. What does it mean? Excellent. طبعا هو الفعل المضارع البسيط. Yes, it's about habitual activities. Habitual activities يعني something or some activities you do as a routine or every day or every week or regularly in your life. I want you now to write some present verbs. Give me some present verbs. Yalla, write in a paper, write in your note some verbs in a present tense. Start. I'll give you a minute. Yeah. Yes, nice. Very good. Like the word read or reads. Write, cock or cocks, play or plays, study, pray, go or goes, come, eat, watch or watches. Very nice. Look at here. We put S in the verb. Why? Why we put S here? Why we put S in this verb? Yes, excellent. طبعا we put S in the verb. طبعا الفعل المضارع بيكون زي ما هو ما يتغير. فقط نكتب الفاعل زائد الفعل بدون تغييرات، بدون إضافات وبدون استخدام أفعال مساعدة. يعني أقول على طول الاسم والفعل بدون أي إضافات أخرى. Sometimes we put S. What's the meaning of this S? Excellent. Because we have a singular before the verb. What are the singular in English? Singular المفرد عبارة عن مين؟ He, she, it. أو ممكن أحيانا نضيف اسم بدل هذه الضمائر فنقول خالد or Sarah or any name. And plural you, we, they. طبعا الفعل يجي بعدها زي ما قلنا بدون إضافات. Okay, look at this example. I rarely drink coffee. I rarely drink coffee. He or she drinks coffee now and then. Look at the verb. We put S. Why? لأنه جاء قبله مفرد or singular. We put S in the verb. طب في الجملة الأولى ما حطينا S. Why? Because it's a plural, so we can't put S. Sometimes we can put the adverbs of frequency. Do you remember frequency? فاكرين frequency الحصة اللي فاتت؟ اللي هي التكرار. excellent. أفعال التكرار أو كلمات التكرار. كنا نستخدم كلمة ممكن usually, rarely, sometimes, always. So we can put it in our sentence. هي تجي دائما في الفعل المضارع البسيط. Where can we put it? وغالبا نحطها فين؟ Before the verb. Before the verb. Let's read the sentence. You usually drink coffee. Make a question. This is affirmative. Make it question. Do you usually drink coffee? Do you usually drink coffee? So we put do في حالة السؤال مع الفعل المضارع البسيط لازم نحط do with question and negative. خلونا نخليها تصير negative في الجملة فنقول you usually ولازم نضيف مين؟ do فنقول you usually don't drink coffee. Look at the singular. We have to put does. does. طب احنا قلنا في المفرد ال present simple لازم نحط اس في الأفعال عشان كده احنا بنحط does بدل do ونقول does he or she usually drink coffee? Look at the verb drink. Why we don't put is? ليه ما حطينا is? Because we have does. Excellent. لأنه جتنا does خلاص فيها is. أنا ما أحط is مرة ثانية في الفعل. Okay, understand? Now we will go to adverbs or expressions of frequency. طبعا درسنا في السنين اللي فاتت adverbs of frequency. So اليوم بناخد زيادة كلمات. If you repeat the action maybe 100% اللي يتكرر دائما في حياتنا كل شوية كل يوم نستخدم كلمة always، يعني دائما، أنا دائما أفعل هذا الفعل. وممكن أقول كلمة أخرى بدالها all the time، they are the same meaning. فهنا نسميها adverbs of frequency، وهذه عشانها طويلة أو كلمة ثلاث تتسمى تعبير أو expression عن هذه الفترة. Okay, if you do the action maybe from 50% to 90%, we use usually, generally, normally, frequently, often, regularly، وكلها تعني نفس المعنى اللي هو زي ما نقول عادة أو كثيرا ما أو غالبا ما، كلها تعطينا نفس المعنى بس كلمات أخرى لإثراء لغتنا، وأيضا نستخدمها لمزيد من التحديد في الفترات يعني. Okay, if you do the action from 50 to 20%, we use يعني تكون وسط الفعل يتكرر في حياتنا وسط، نستخدم كلمة اللي نعرفها من زمان، كلمة sometimes. Yes, sometimes we use occasionally, from time to time. If you do the verb maybe from 20% to 1%, يعني we don't do the action a lot. Once in a while يعني مرة في كل فترة، أو now and then, hardly ever, seldom, rarely، نادرا وقلما أفعل هذا الفعل. If you don't do this action in your life, we use the word never. Okay, let's go to know the places where can we put these adverbs of frequency. طبعا احنا قلنا دائما نحطها في الجملة فين؟ هنا مواقعها في الجملة أين نضعها؟ Adverbs of frequency usually before the verb، دائما قلنا قبل الفعل. أو if we have the verb be like am is are، إذا جتنا في الجملة تكون بعدها adverbs of frequency. Expressions of frequency such as all the time, now and then, once in a while, twice a week, once a month, every 2 months, we usually put it at the end of the sentence or at the beginning of the sentence. Look at these examples. I rarely eat junk food. I rarely. لاحظوا rarely حطيناها فين؟ Before the verb. Very nice. I'm usually a salad and fruit person. Usually. Where is it? After the verb be. Excellent. This is be am وهي تجي بعد البي زي ما قلنا. But I'll eat a piece of pizza once in a while. Once in a while at the end of the sentence. Sometimes Hamid works late. Sometimes comes at the beginning of the sentence. وممكن برضو نقدر نحطها قبل الفعل وتصير Hamid sometimes works late. From time to time he brings work to do at home. From time to time at the beginning of the sentence. Question with how often or how much, how long. طبعا عشان نسأل عن عدد مرات التكرار نستخدم السؤال المعروف اللي هو how often. How often. وممكن نقول برضو how much time, how long. والإجابة بتكون بعدد الفترات، ممكن تكون 20 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 hours, twice a week, 5 times a day. Go to exercise A. Rewrite the sentences in the opposite and use the words in parentheses. يعني rewrite أعيدوا كتابتها بعد التعديل بالكلمات التي between parentheses يعني بين الأقواس نستبدلها. في البداية I want you to omit or cancel the adverbs of frequency. cross the adverbs of frequency. احنا عارفينها adverbs of frequency. Let's cross this word. يلا نحذفها. The example, frequently. Number 1, constantly. Number 2, occasionally. Number 3, sometimes. Number 4, always. Number 5, usually. Yalla, rewrite it again. Rewrite the sentences and put the words of frequency instead. Look at the example. Jamal frequently exercises. صارت الجملة Jamal seldom exercises. Number 1. Yes. Ibrahim rarely talks on the phone. Very good. وما ننسى الاس. Why؟ لأنه الفاعل ايه؟ singular. Excellent. Number 2. My brother often checks his email. Checks, we put S because the subject is a singular. Number 3. I surf on the net once in a while. وملاحظين الأماكن اللي أحط فيها الكلمات زي ما درسنا إنه بتكون قبل الفعل أو في نهاية أو في بداية الجملة. Number 4. Qasim hardly ever arrives at his work on time. Number 5. Maha drinks tea instead of coffee from time to time. Go to exercise B. Now ask questions about the people in exercise A. نرجع ل A ونسأل أسئلة على هذه الجمل. Look at the example. أعطانا السؤال. طبعا all the questions start with the word how often. How often وحنا عرفنا معناها إنه هو كم مرة يتكرر هذا الفعل. We have to put do or does in our questions. طبعا do with the plural و does with the singular. Look at the example. How often does Jamal exercise? Number 2. How often does Ibrahim talk on the phone? Number 2. How often does your brother check his email? Number 3. How often do you surf the net? Number 4. How often does Qasim arrive at work on time? Number 5. How often does Maha drink tea instead of coffee? اوكي نلاحظ الافعال اللي في السؤال ما حطينا في الفعل اس مع انه الفاعل singular او مفرد. ليه؟ لماذا؟ لانه جتنا كلمات does وانا قلت لكم تنتبهون اذا شفنا does خلاص ما نحط اس في الافعال. Now go to exercise C. Here we have some pictures and some of guide words. I want you to make question and answer about this picture. Work with your friends or ask anybody beside you. Ask and answer questions about people's habits and routine. عدنان normally evening. من خلال هذه الكلمات نقدر نسوي question and answer. The question is, what does Adnan normally do in the evening? He usually studies. طبعا نحط normally زي ما قالوا لنا وممكن نغيرها usually أو كلمة أخرى تشبه لها في المعنى. Go to number 1. Faris generally for lunch. Okay. What does Faris generally eat for lunch? وملاحظين does we put does عشان فارس singular. The answer, Faris generally eats burger for lunch. We put S because Faris is singular. وممكن نستخدم كلمة generally في كل الجمل أو نغيرها بكلمة تشبه لها في المعنى. ولكن دعونا نستخدم نفس الكلمة الموجودة في الدليل. Number 2. Frank and Ali occasionally in the park. The question: what do Frank and Ali occasionally do in the park? Look at the picture. Yeah, they occasionally play tennis in the park. 3. Emma seldom after dinner. The question: what does Emma seldom do after dinner? The answer: Emma seldom washes the dishes after dinner. Number 4. Ahmed and his family often on the weekend. Look at the picture. The question: what do Ahmed and his family often do on the weekend? The answer: Ahmed and his family often go to the park on the weekend. Number 5. Kyle sometimes with his friends. Look at the picture. The question is: what does Kyle sometimes do with his friends? The answer: Kyle sometimes goes bowling with his friends. Number 6. Ben now and then. The question is: what does Ben do now and then? The answer: Ben gets a haircut now and then. D. He wants you now to write some sentences about yourself. He asked you to write some sentences and using the adverbs of frequency in your sentence, compare your sentences in a small groups, okay, with your friends. Now I will write my sentence. Okay, I'll give you some sentences. Number 1. I normally get a haircut every 2 months. Sentence 2. I never go to the cinema with my kids. Now I will give you these 2 sentences again and I will change the adverb of frequency. رح نغير adverb of frequency في التمرين اللي بعده وانت تقولي لي is it true or false. Number 1. I usually go to the cinema with my kids. Sentence 2. I regularly get a haircut every 2 months. Number 1 is false. Number 2 is true. طبعا أنا غيرت ال adverb of frequency بكلمات أخرى ممكن تشبه لها في المعنى زي number 2 اللي قلتوا عليها true، أو ممكن تختلف في المعنى وأنت بتعرفي وتقولي لي it is false.